Hello, StarCraft fans. This is Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. This is a game between Ziggy and Sziky on Ruins of Seras. This is going to get confusing. This was found at lotv.spawningtool.com by my screener Dominique. I really appreciate the work that he does to find the very best replays from lotv.spawningtool.com. And let's get right on into it. In the top right of Ruins of Seras, we have the blue Zerg player. Representing air, it is Ziggy. And in the bottom left of Ruins of Seras, we have the red Terran player. It is Ziggy. Holy smokes. Ziggy versus Sziky. That is crazy talk indeed. Alright, so again, this was screened, so it is a very excellent game. I like that you clicked on this. And yeah, so it's a ZVT. And unless Ziggy is planning some really early aggression, he's going to go ahead and throw down about a 16 hatch here. And unless Terran is planning something really aggressive, then he's going to create a Reaper from this and throw down a command center, and then we'll move on into the macro stage. If, however, Ziggy is interested in actually being a little bit more aggressive, he can throw down two barracks. Did I call this a bunker? Barracks. And go for full-on Reaper aggression production for like crazy talk until the Zerg player dies. I have seen this. It is something that is in Legacy of the Void. It reminds me of the 5 racks Reaper, except it's only 3 racks. But the ability to get KD8, the KD8 charge ability is super good for Terrans who go Reaper. And just allows the Reaper to have a little bit more survivability, which in the end makes them do a little bit more effective work in the harassment game and actually can kill the player. So, alright, so it is a Reaper, and look at this, an SCV is coming out to scout, because right now, unless this Overlord reveals itself, the Terran player has no idea where the Zerg player is. Are these people going to meet? These aren't people, really. It's an SCV and a drone, but nope. Unfortunately, the drone, or the SCV is going to go the wrong direction to see where on earth the Zerg player is. The drone is going to pop up into the right location to see the timing on this command center. And the barracks producing the Reaper. The Reaper might actually stop to try to kill this drone instead of going directly to the base for Ziggy. And look at this. Looks like he might, which might delay the timing for him to get there, but he gets a guaranteed drone kill, so it's probably worth it for Ziggy. Trying to juke there, ends up dead. 1 kill already on this Reaper. It does have the KD8 charge ability. Explodes after a short delay, dealing 10 damage and knocking back nearby units. So 10 damage, not a whole lot. But again, the Reaper has no idea where the Zerg player is. Oh no! Wait, should now? No, it'll just check down here. Now it has to check up here. It's going to be late. There are already 6 lings out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. These queens will be popped out as well. Oh, this poor Reaper. He went the wrong direction. The SCV went the wrong direction at the same time. And now the Reaper is very sad because, nope, no creep. Now has to go back and try to harass. Speed is like 20% done. Oh, just a bad day for Bob, the Reaper. The queen, like I said, pops out here, injects immediately. Hops on out, and here comes Reaper Bob. This is not a good day on the job for him. Actually, are there 2? There are 2 Reapers. Alright, so 2 Reapers are here. It's not a mass Reaper play, but 2 Reapers are more than 1. This might actually be able to do something here. Let's follow these guys as they run around. KD8 charge, knocking that queen back again. So very, very fun to see. My favorite animation in Legacy of the Void. Are they just heading home now? Reapers. Oh, Reapers, you could have done so much more. You need to inject queen. Ready, set, go. Oh, man, timing. Just amazing. A 3rd queen comes out. I assume this is a creep queen. You could either throw down creep or maybe double inject on that hatchery. It does not actually give you twice the production, but it queues up an injection so that your next spawn larva comes out exactly right on time, which is kind of nice. You don't have to remember to inject that second time around. And it's just perfect timing, which is really nice for the Zerg players who aren't quite up to keeping perfect timing on their injects throughout the entire game, which I think is pretty much everybody, except for the pros. Here comes some lings. They do have speed. They're running their little faces off down here. La, 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 la. And they're going to see 2 aliens and 2 Reapers. If they get a surround on this, they might be able to kill it with the numbers they have. It'd be very close. They're going to try to do a run by, and there they go. And then they get, oh, right on top of the Hellions. They can't kill anything, though. Good micro there. Woo! Ziggy was on top of his game. He got the agents, got the units moving away, so they couldn't get surrounded. Killed a bunch of lings there, 4 total, and nothing got lost at all for Ziggy. So strong play, 3rd hatchery coming up for Ziggy here. Oh my gosh, this is going to cause me trouble all game. Ziggy versus Ziggy, inject, darn you. Do it, queen. Your job right now is not to sit there on the creep, bouncing and looking around. Your job is to inject. Ready, get set, go. Oh man, so good at this. Overlord flying around, just counting things out, sees the factory, sees the other orbital command here for a third base. Not really doing much now, but creating more units. And look at all these Hellions coming out. Roach Warren, absolutely necessary right now for Ziggy, unless I suppose he could go Banelings. There is a Baneling nest coming up. Overlord going to get killed by this Cyclone. Oh my goodness, Cyclones too. Ziggy, you're a good man, making Legacy of the Void units. I like you already. Actually, even getting the Mag Field Accelerator upgrade that increases the lock-on damage to just 400 damage. Isn't it already 400 damage? Where's that Cyclone? Lock-on 400, yeah. So it increases the damage from 400 to something else. We'll see what that is when it finishes. But here comes a little push with Hellions and Reapers here at about the 5.5 minute mark. There are Lings. There are no Banelings, though. No, there are not. But this is a pretty good number of Lings. The Spine Crawler at the front should help as well. Are these going to transform into Hellbats? No. Oh, this poor Queen, though, gets roasted to death. Throws down a Desperation Inject. The Lings come and try to save the Queen. And are they going to get us around? It's hard to tell right now. Oh, KDA charge knocking everything back. But 2 of the Hellions end up dead. Still chasing across the creep here are these Lings. They catch another Hellion. And forced to flee in terror here is Sziky. That did not go very well. Didn't even kill this Queen. Was going to. The Queen was down to about 67 hit points. But unfortunately, the Lings showed up. The Lings getting us around on these Hellions. Going to get all roasted to death, though. Are they going to get a Hellion for their trouble? They are. 1 Hellion dies. And that's about it. So 1 Hellion for probably like 15 Lings or so. 30 Lings have died so far. In exchange for 4 Hellions and 2 Reapers. Probably a fair exchange. I feel like both players would be happy with that trade-off. Because again, those are Lings dying and they're not drones, so it doesn't have to replace the drones. And Ziggy is now behind in worker count, 54 to 56 right now. Resources lost tab shows 500 minerals, 100 gas lost for the Terran, and just straight up 900 minerals lost for the Zerg player. So no gassy units at all. Mutas and a Roach Warren on the way here, and that upgrade finished for our Cyclone, right? Okay, so what is this now? Still says 400, 400. Oh, unless it's 400 plus 400 versus armored. Is that what it does? I think that's what it does. So actually better against things like roaches in the TVZ matchup. Creep Tumors getting massacred before they can actually finish doing their thing, popping it up. The Mutas in the air actually might be a problem because nothing much here can shoot up except for the Cyclones. And Cyclones, let's see, Mutalisks are considered light units, so they don't take that extra damage from the lock-on ability. The Mutas are flying over. Missile turrets popping up for Ziggy. Pretty good response time here from the Terran player, and just kind of hanging out right now. The Terran player does have missile turrets up. The Mutas are going to try to find areas to harass, but the placement of these turrets is just fantastic from Ziggy. Sziky using the lock-on ability to take out that Overlord. Blarp dies almost immediately. The Mutas need to come back home. That actually supply blocks Ziggy as well, and here they are right on top of these Creep Tumors, killing a bunch of them. Lings trying to come around, Queens as well. Mutas trying to kill what they can, but I just don't know. If they can take out the Cyclones, they might have a good chance to kill the rest of these Hellions. And the Cyclones actually run away, removing themselves from the equation and allowing free reign from the Mutas on top of the Hellions, which are forced to retreat at once. 2 more Cyclones on the way here as well. And a single SCV running up for reasons I don't actually know. So right now you can see the lock-on ability. It can move while firing and actually going to take care of this Mutaflock with some good micro here from Ziggy. And it looks like there is. Doing a lot of damage to that Mutaflock, killing all but one of them, and is actually faster than a Muta, not quite, but it can stay with them long enough to kill it. Wow, Cyclones, huh? Pretty good in ZVT, especially if your opponent's going Mutalisks. So more Mutas on the way for Ziggy. I'm not sure if that's what he wants to do, but he needs to make something because there's an army pretty much on his front door. Continuing to spread that creep. Getting another base here as well. 4 bases now up for the Zerg player. 3 bases up for Ziggy, up and running. It is 72 to 81 total harvesters in favor of the Zerg player. About the 8-minute mark here. Good macro so far from the Zerg. Here comes some Ravagers. Oh, I like Ravagers. Not armored. They don't take that extra damage. Corrosive Biles being thrown into the air, missing mostly everything. Lock-on ability, locking on to that Mutaflock again, and they fly away. They are fast enough to escape it, but they can't really stand in and attack if they're being locked on like that. So, fairly effective counter to Mutalisks that are attacking you straight up. Again, this turret placement is just amazing from Ziggy. There's really nowhere these Mutas can fly without taking shots from something. Coming right on in again, taking shots from the turret. Is the repair going to be enough? No, the repair does not actually save it. Bunch of SCVs are being forced to flee for their lives. A single Cyclone here trying to kill the Mutalisks by itself using this lock-on ability. Look at the range. Actually does get to kill. Liberators coming out as well. Okay, the Muta production needs to stop now. Liberators right here with the Lexington Rockets. 7 damage, 2 attacks, range of 5, and does splash damage. So again, if the Mutas are clumped up, they're really good. But unfortunately, if you're that outnumbered by the Mutalisks, the Liberators are maybe not as good as you would hope. This Muta control looking fairly fantastic from Ziggy as well, just flying out of range of that lock-on ability. New big deal, but continuing to go this mech route is Ziggy, getting Hellions, getting more Cyclones, more Liberators, getting vehicle weapons level 2. Hydralisk Den on the way for the Zerg player as well, and is that +2 missile attack? It certainly is. +2 missile attack on the way, 4th base. Coming up for Ziggy, APM 200 plus for these players. Excellent, excellent play all the way through. Mutas flying on in, checking the Zonlunga Watchtower, nothing there. Hellions running up for some scouting information. This Liberator is super low on HP. The Mutas see it. I don't know if they did. Oh, now they are accidentally flying right on top of that Liberator and just destroying it. Yikes, but this mech army looking fairly formidable here. Ziggy is maxed out, right? What does Ziggy have? What is he maxed out on? Mutalisks, Roaches, Ravagers, and a bunch of workers. So maybe not the best composition against this mech here. There's an infestation pit on the way. There are Hydras coming up, but I'm just not sure if it's enough. This is looking really scary, especially with the tanks with the +2 attack just about to finish, doing extra damage to armored. All these Roaches are in trouble. The Ravagers, again, are not armored. Oh, poor Cyclone. Wrong place there, buddy. That is not where you want to be. The Muta flying on in. Muta count, again, not that high, only 6 or so. Defender mode circles coming up, 85 damage to everything that comes inside that circle. And can they kill a Liberator? No, they cannot. Wow, those Mutas took a lot of damage from the Thor, from the lock-on ability of those Cyclones. Looking good for the Terran player right now. It is still a maxed out Zerg army, but I'm not sure the composition is correct here. Coming right on in, not worrying about defender mode. Corrosive Bile being thrown down, but it only does 60 splash damage, which isn't a whole lot when you're going against a mech army like this. Only 1 kill and 1 kill from those Liberators. Surprising dance there from Ziggy, keeping his units alive. A Hive on the way. More lock-on mode coming up once again. Corrosive Bile forcing the army back, actually killing a couple Cyclones, running into it. There was Ziggy, another lonely whiff there from the Corrosive Bile. 5th base coming up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bases up now for the Zerg. Also 5 bases up for Ziggy. So Ziggy keeping on top of the macro just as well as the Zerg player is. The Roaches and Ravagers probably want to put an end to that. I'm not sure if they know a base is there, but they have to assume by now there's a base here or here, which is why they're heading down in this direction. If the Terran army wants to push, they could force a base race here because Ziggy is a little bit out of position. Ooh, catching these factories that are being built to wall off here. Boom, boom, losing 2 factories. And the army trying to come up as well. Hellions at the front, getting absolutely destroyed, taking out SCVs, getting rid of missile turrets as well. The upgrades here looking pretty good, +2, +1 on these Roaches and these Ravagers, going after SCVs, trying to take down that worker count for Ziggy, and SCVs are absolutely falling left and right here. This base is under severe amounts of pressure here. Corrosive Biles being thrown down again, just moving people away. Corrosive Biles might be able to kill this command center, or at least get it into the burning stage, and is that what they're doing? No, instead they're trying to get army units that are attacking them. The Zerg army is actually backed into a corner here, slowly whittling down the Ravagers and the Roaches. The last remaining Roach is here, does get exploded by the tank fire. Again, the +2 means they do 60, was that 60 damage or so to armored units? All the mules in the world coming down here. This base is burning. I'm not sure if Ziggy recognizes that. If one of these mules comes down to repair, possibly that SCV could repair. Do it, SCV. No, how about you? No. How about you? Hey, how do you want to repair this burning command center? You guys? Yeah? Yay, there we go. 3 SCVs are going to repair the command center there. Ultralisks on the way. Lurkers. Lurker Den coming up, +3/+3 on the Carapace, and the missile attack. Will it come here in time to save Ziggy from this army of Ziggies? More Liberators coming out, +3 vehicle weapons on the way at the same time. Yeah, 60 damage. Whew. Crazy stuff indeed versus those armored units. And these, I don't know if Hydralisk Ravager is the way to go with the number of tanks on the ground. Yeah, they didn't do extra damage to either of those units, but it's still a lot. Even if it's not armored, 41 damage splash, and Hydras only have 60, 80 hit points there, so basically 2-shot there. Hellions running around with their blue flame trying to kill workers, but there's no workers here to kill, and the spine crawler might finish them off if they're not microed well. There we go. getting out of the range here. A couple drones coming up, unsuspecting of the Hellbats that are transforming in here. Pushing on again is the Zerg player here, Ziggy, going after units. And the attack from the backside, though. Ziggy flanks on in. Corrosive Bile is being thrown down to get rid of these Liberators, killing one. Hydralisks killing another one there. And Lurkers trying to get out of those circles of death. No, a Roach ends up falling as well. Starports are being destroyed. They are burning down at the very least, chasing on down. The tanks in great positioning over here, able to shell the army without really taking too much damage themselves. Right now, Ziggy trying to lure the Zerg army into range of the tanks, but I don't know if it's even really necessary. There we go. Splash damage going off on all of these units here. The Zerg army once again does get destroyed. Single Roach and a Hydra here trying to kill a missile turret. A Ling in on the action as well with no attack upgrades though, and the missile turret might actually burn down. Small group of Roaches coming down to try to kill stuff over here. There is not actually a planetary fortress. Usually Terran players want to do a planetary, but not today. Ultralisks on the way. They're going to have the upgrades that they need, except for the attack upgrades for the melee. They'll have chitinous plating. Resources lost, 13,700 minerals, 5,600 gas for the Terran player, 12,000 minerals, 600 gas, almost 7,000 lost for Ziggy. Once again, going after soft targets, going after SCVs, completely killing every single SCV at this base. Right now, 52 workers have been killed for Sziky right now. The Roaches are trying to run away, trying to kill what they can. They do get a Hellion before they get completely cleaned up. But double expanding now is Ziggy, moving on into the 16-minute mark of this game. The Ultras are out. Are they getting upgrades? Still no melee attack. There it is. Melee attack level 1 is on the way. Flyer attack level 3 on the way. Surprisingly, still keeping up these flyer attacks. Here is Ziggy. Ziggy, on the other hand, is just continuing to make units like Cyclones and Liberators and Battle Cruisers, as well as the ship weapons level 1 upgrade at the same time. Another attack over here of Lings taking out Mules. Oh, that's not what you want to see, as the Terran player is losing units to those Lings, especially not Mules. I mean, they cost energy, so... Whoa! Expanding everywhere is Ziggy. 1, 2, 3, 4 hatcheries all at the same time. Basically maxed out again, about 171 total supply. He is keeping the Terran player in his base, which is exactly what he needs to do. This base is trying to be built. The Lings could prevent it, but no, instead, here come the Ultralisks. No, backing on out. A good way to deal with Ultras is this Defender mode ability. It hits for 85 damage. Ultras do have 500 hit points, but eventually they kind of get smashed down by those 85 damage shots if they stay inside Defender mode circles too long. And here comes Defender mode. Whack, 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 whack. I think this is why the upgrades for the air units are here. And yes, Corruptors coming along the right side trying to take down these Liberators. Not enough of them, though. They get cleaned up there from the ground and from the air. 10 Corruptors on the way, though, for Ziggy. There we go. I like seeing Corruptors against these Liberators with armor upgrades, though. Also nice to have those. Where are you? You do have +1, so +3 on the Carapace. I like to see +2 or higher, but I think this might work for what Ziggy is trying to do. But look at all these bases. We're going to see this base or this map mined out. We never ever see that. Here comes some Lings. This completely undefended base now. A lot more SCVs are falling. Ultralisks taking out Hellions that came to respond. Vikings flying overhead. Can't do really much of anything here. Cyclones using their lock-on ability. Again, extra damage against armored units here. Coming in handy, actually weakening these Ultras up quite a bit. Corruptors trying to thin out the Liberator ranks, but I think there's just too much anti-air for that to really happen. Corruptors up here as well, taking out 2 Liberators. Now they have numbers. Going to back out, however. Actually stand on in. Maybe. Again, the lock-on ability does trigger on Corruptors. They are armored units. I kind of like what Ziggy's doing. Where is this lock-on ability? Again, it's 400 plus 400, so 800 damage over 14 seconds. That's enough to one-shot an Ultra. Huh. Interesting indeed. So here comes this mech push once again from Ziggy, trying to find bases. But guess what? There are bases everywhere for Ziggy. Or for Sziky, rather. Oh, keep doing that. These drones try to run for their lives to a base that is not under assault. They might accidentally lead the army to another base that was secret until just about now. Poor drones. Oh, there's a hatchery you can kill. Why don't you kill that? The drone's saying, leave us alone. No, the army is still chasing down this small group of drones. Lings completely laying waste to this base as well, getting a full surround on these Cyclones. Lings are a good answer to Cyclones. Their lock-on ability not so useful when Zerglings have so low hit point pools. coming in again. The Lings trying to get us around on something. And just killing stuff just to kind of keep the Terran army in their own base. Over here, I don't know what's over here. There's a fusion core for those battle cruisers. More battle cruisers on the way. Where are they? How many are on the field currently? 4. Woo! 4 on the way. 2 more in production. Going battle cruiser. Can Ziggy be the first person to go battle cruiser on my channel and actually win? That is not in a TBT matchup. And the answer, we will find out shortly. This game is epic so far for sure. Corruptor count looking good with those +3 attacks and +1 Infester, no, Vipers rather, on the way. Carapace level 2 just about to finish. I like that upgrade absolutely for what Ziggy is making. Sziky is making the correct choice, I believe. Battle cruisers here though with +1 upgrades. Are any more upgrades coming? They are not. But Tech Labs being thrown on here, so I guess more tanks is going to be the idea. Small group of Hellions trying to do what they can. They're going to run into a bunch of Hydralisks and kind of try to kite away from them, killing Lings. Not a huge deal, though, for Ziggy. And surprisingly small bank here for the Zerg player. Considering how many bases there are. I guess only 70 workers, though? I don't know. I really don't know. Oh, Hellions just running through, not even on attack move here. A lot of them getting sniped down, splitting up, roasting alive with the blue flame. A bunch of those Zerglings, boom, boom. Hellions checking for a base up here. There is not. The Lings coming around to cut them off. Killing 1, 2, and 3 Hellions. Completely fall apart there. Resources lost. 20,000 minerals. 8,000 gas lost for Ziggy. 21,000 minerals. 10,000 gas lost for Zziky. Oh my gosh. Does that sound the same to you when I say it? It sounds the same in my head. Zziky and Ziggy. Oh. Alright. We will be professional here. We will continue marching forward. Army for Ziggy looking fairly imposing. Battle cruisers and Thors and Cyclones. And Vikings as well. Vikings against Corruptors could be interesting if they're microed well. Considering the APM for these players, I would have to say definitely happening here. But moving on up, going in for the battle here. That Corruptor ball is looking really scary though. Oh no, Parasitic Bomb being thrown down on the battle cruisers, doing so much damage to those air units, just absolutely moving on into the yellow and into the red, pushing forward right now. Zziky does not care, killing everything in this army. Hydralisks on the ground, taking shots from the defender mode. Really wants to kill the rest of these units that are trying desperately to run away here. Corruptor ball actually small. Tanks on the ground, want to get rid of these Hydras as well, getting focused. Viper gets taken down. Wrong place, wrong time for that guy. And finally standing and fighting, and that's it. Oh, a GG from Zziky. Zziky's defeated, and Ziggy is victorious. I don't know. I mean, I guess that was probably a good decision. Not much gas in the bank here for Zziky. Couldn't really get up the resources required to deal with this mech army. But again, this was pretty much all that there was. It's like 2 battle cruisers, a tank, and 2 Cyclones. Probably could have handled that, but maybe at this point kind of felt like it was a futile effort and called out the GG. So, resources lost. 25,000 minerals, 12,000 gas lost for the Terran, 27,000 minerals, 13,000 gas lost for the Zerg player. 68 workers went down for the Terran, Ziggy. Zziky did lose 16 of his own, but that pales in comparison. So, well played by both of these players. I did like to see the strategy from Ziggy here. Going mech with battle cruisers, with tanks, with Cyclones. Oh, really knows the way to my heart. Liberators mixed in there as well. And then Zziky just doing Ling counterattacks, Roaches, and Hydralisks, using Ravagers, using Ultras, using Corruptors, Mutalisks, almost everything at the disposal of the Zerg Swarm, but not quite enough today. So, that's about it. Thank you so much for watching. This has been Falcon Paladin with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter and Facebook, both at /Falcon Paladin. You may also visit my store if you have a minute. There's a link in the description and on the end slate where the music is playing. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.